Today, we're heading into the pits to look at a pretty incredible tool that uses artificial intelligence to find that winning edge, an edge that's hidden deep inside motorsport telemetry data.
You know, in the world of elite racing, the gap between first and second place, it's often less than the blink of an eye. Every single team, every driver, is on this relentless hunt for the tiniest sliver of an advantage.
So think about it. When the cars are already engineered to the absolute limit and the drivers are the best on the planet, where does that next tenth of a second possibly come from?
Well, the answer isn't just in the engine block or the aerodynamics anymore. It's buried in a massive mountain of numbers, streaming from hundreds of sensors on the car every single second of the race.
Okay, so let's get into it. The first challenge here isn't about speed on the track, it's about speed in the garage. It's a race against the data itself.
For a race engineer, data doesn't come in a nice, neat little chart. No, it looks like this, a wall of text and numbers. Now just imagine trying to spot a critical pattern in this mess while a race is live. It's pretty much impossible.
So, to solve this problem of data overload, teams are turning to a whole new kind of engineer, one that's actually built from code.
And this is the solution we're looking at. It's a desktop app that's designed to be the ultimate co-pilot for a race engineer. Its entire reason for existing is to translate that cryptic data into clear, strategic advice. So the tool really has a few key goals. First, it automates the super tedious job of just cleaning up the data. Then, its AI brain gets to work, looking for patterns a human might easily miss. After that, it presents its findings visually, so they're easy to digest at a glance. And of course, it's all built to run on any computer in the pit garage. But before the AI can find those race-winning insights, it needs data it can actually read. And that brings us to the first big hurdle, turning all of that raw data noise into a clean, usable signal. Here's the fundamental issue, right? To us, 1 minute 30 seconds is a clear amount of time. But to a computer, it's just a string of characters, like any other word. And you can't really do mathematical analysis on a sentence.
So this is the tool's first big job. It takes that text, figures out the time it represents, and then converts it into a single number, the total number of seconds. That clean number gets stored, ready for the real analysis to begin.
And there it is. That's the result. The time 1:30:45.123 just becomes the number 5445.123. It might seem like a simple step, but it is absolutely critical. Without this, none of the advanced AI analysis is even possible. All right, so now that the data is clean, we can finally get to the really powerful stuff. The AI models that basically act like a crystal ball for the race engineer.
So, the tool has two different AI brains working at the same time. The first one is the lap time predictor, and it's always looking to the future to help with strategy. The second is the anomaly detector, which acts more like a detective looking for problems that are happening right now.
Just think of the anomaly detector as the car's digital doctor. It uses a really clever algorithm to spot anything that looks out of the ordinary, a sudden dip in speed, or a lap time that's just a little bit erratic. This could be the very first sign of tire wear or a hidden mechanical issue, often before the driver even knows something's wrong.
Now, the lap time predictor, that's the team's AI strategist. It uses a type of neural network that's fantastic at seeing patterns over time. It analyzes all the previous laps to forecast what the next one is going to look like. This is absolutely vital for pit strategy because knowing if you're about to be a few tenths faster or slower helps you decide, do we pit now and come out in clean air, or do we wait a lap and risk getting stuck in traffic? That one decision can define the entire race. And this is what the output can actually look like. The tool has this feature called a race coach that turns the complex data into plain English advice. It's not just a bunch of numbers. It's a direct recommendation you can radio straight to the driver.
So, you've got all these incredible insights. But how does the engineer actually see them in the heat of the moment? Well, let's take a look at the mission control dashboard where all this information comes together.
The first view is really for the deep divers. It's a massive table that shows everything. The original raw data right next to all the new columns that the tool has computed. So if an engineer wants to check the raw numbers themselves, they have full access to do that.
But the real magic? That happens in the Dashboard tab. This is where all those numbers become pictures. You can see lap times plotted out over the whole race, you can watch the gap to your competitors grow or shrink, and most importantly, any of those anomalies the AI detects get flagged right on the charts, impossible to miss.
So what does this all mean for the future of motorsport?
Well, it's pretty clear that the race itself is evolving.
The key takeaway here is that winning is no longer just about the raw talent of the driver or the sheer power of the engine. It's now a partnership between human intuition and machine intelligence. The teams that are going to win are the ones who can master both.
You know, it leaves us with a pretty fascinating question for the future of the sport. As these tools get smarter and smarter, who's really winning the race? Is it the person with the quickest reflexes, or is it the team with the most intelligent code?